Interesting.
Well, first of all, listen, it's interesting about all these young guys today. They never call on us and say, hey, thanks for the kind word and telling me how great a player I am. But when they play like crap and we call them out, we don't know what we're talking about. Listen, I'm easy to find. I've always said he's a hell of a player. If he can stay healthy, he's going to be one of the greatest ever. If he can stay healthy, the verdict's still out on that. But I get sick of these guys complaining. These young guys, they never call us and say, when I bragged about him and Ben Simmons a few years ago, saying they're going to be the future of the NBA, he didn't call me, hey, Charles, thanks for the kind words. But listen, I'm going to criticize guys that they deserve it. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.
Good evening, YouTube. Nathan back with another video presentation. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's staying safe. This July will be upon us tomorrow. Hope everybody's staying safe, especially during this extreme heat wave. Stay cool, stay safe, stay hydrated. Don't forget to also to check on loved ones. And let's be a helping hand to someone that may need a bottle of water or may need to just need to be checked on, make sure they're okay, especially our elders. So, as you see the title of today's episode, this is episode 9. This is the introduction. So basically, I'm breaking down each episode, each part, and making it into a full podcast. I don't want to be too lengthy. So as you see, it's part 1, part 2, part 3. So in today's video, we're going to talk about WNBA All Star Votes returned, our starters. We're going to do the live voting tonight for Major League Baseball, the 2021. And we're also going to talk about the NCAA Historic Day as college athletes are now able to take advantage of, basically their name and image and an opportunity. So guys are going to look for getting endorsements and different things like that. So we're going to start with the MLB All Star live voting. I believe today is the last day. I've already voted a few times here and there. So you can vote a couple ways. You can vote on Google. You can do it on MLB.com. But we're going to do it via MLB.com. So I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see that. And if you're not already, episode 8 is up and fully ready to go. A Big Neat Talks podcast. I want to give a shout out to Sean Spencer as he joined me in last night's episode. I'm not going to talk about the Clippers because they're playing tonight. So that'll be the second part of episode 9. That will probably come up sometime right after the Bucks game. So, and the Orioles as well. So, pretty much, as you can see, these guys are, if you notice, like the Ravens number 1, they're first place in voting for their positions respectively throughout the league. It's debatable. I feel like I'm looking at, for example, the outfield, right? I think Cedric Mullins, in my opinion, is having an all-star year. But I think because of his record and the team he's on, I feel like all-star is singular. Like, for example, right? Let's look at, here's a good example. Like Aaron Judge, okay? Like the Yankees, let's do this. Because if we're going to go off by where we award players by winning, right? like the Yankees have not had a great year. They're fourth. I mean, right now, like the AL East, like no one really stands out except Boston. Boston, it's 7.5 games for out of first place for New York. But when I'm looking at a team like Atlanta, right, they're the fourth. They're fourth in the NL West. When I'm looking at the Reds, they're 500. The Giants are in first place. Like, I'm rewarding guys based on the type of year they had. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to go with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Because he's having an MVP year. I know he's not going to participate in the home run derby. I believe he's at, if I'm saying this stat correctly, he's on pace to hit 56 home runs at the pace he's going. I'm no doubt I'm going with Freddie Freeman. I feel like the Braves can pick it up. The biggest issue with the Braves is the bullpen and rotation. I have to give, with all due respect, I have to give. I'm gonna give Marcus Semien the edge over Altuve, just because of the year he's having in Toronto, and I'm not going to ignore that, but Altuve but he would honestly, truthfully get my vote. But I know that I know the Astros that they have gotten a lot of flack, but they're first place in the AL West, and I think him, Correa, Gurriel, they're playing some good baseball. We have to give them credit, even though people are still going to hold the cheating scandal over their head. Adam Frazier, I'm going to reward that simply because I think he's having even though the Pirates are a minor league MLB minor league team, he's putting up good numbers. Now you can put up the same argument and go, well, if you put those numbers, would those numbers matter if he was on a winning team? But I'm rewarding it based on singular, all-star singular. Remember that. Let's move on to third baseman. I like Devers. Devers is leading, is actually with 19 home runs. And then Arenado. Arenado's kind of had an off year. I feel like he's kind of slowed down, but he's proven he's doing pretty well for his first year in St. Louis. It's not. I would have thought I would have seen more from him, but that's okay. Tatis Jr. I mean, that's no brainer. Brandon Crawford's playing like an all-star. He's definitely going to be I say he'll be a reserve. Javier Baez. I'm looking like that batting average. I'm disappointed. He's usually. I'm not sure if it's what it is, but 227. So Tatis is going to get the nod, and I'm going to give Alexander Bogaerts. I'm going to give him some love. So catchers, catcher. What's real funny about catchers? Catchers to me are probably most important offensive player, in my opinion, when it comes to the game of baseball. And one thing that really bothers me, like Yasmani Grandal is a good catcher, but I've never heard of someone who could be in an all-star game. He's batting a 178 batting average. Martin Maldonado, same thing. So I'm Salvador Perez gets the nod. No disrespect to Grandal, and no disrespect to Martin. But I'm rolling with Salvador Perez. And I got to go with Buster Posey because again the Giants are winning. They're having a good year. I think everybody I feel like people kind of wrote them off because we really weren't sure where the Giants' directions they were going in. Kevin Gausman needs to get some love out there. He's playing like I think the pitcher we expected him to be when he was here in Baltimore. They're really playing the best baseball. They're looking like I can see them representing the National League in the World Series. Outfield. So this was tough for me. So I have Cedric Mullins, Trout, and then Byron. Okay, I'm rewarding guys based on performance. Like, I understand the All-Star game is all about your favorite player favoritism, but like for example, right, the Minnesota Twins, if the playoffs started today, they're going to miss it. So would Baltimore, but I believe performance matters. And Byron Buxton, who's batting at 369, 10 home runs, 19 RBIs, I'm not going to sneeze at that. Cedric Mullins, 325, 14 home runs. I'm not going to sneeze at that. And Mike Trout, who's coming off an injury a few weeks ago, is playing very well. So I'm not going to ignore that. And then, of course, Acuna, Castellanos, and then there's a guy here. I got to give Jesse Winker some credit. I have to give the Cincinnati Reds are from the team they were last year. They got some guys on that are stepping up. I mean, they're playing. I think they're right there at 500. I think they're just another player or two. I think they need to tighten up the pitching, probably buy another bat before the trade deadline. I think they're going to be all right. I think that's these two right here, Castellanos, Winker. They're definitely balling this year. And then obviously DH is Shohei Ohtani, who I also believe needs to be in that conversation for MVP. He hit his first home run against the Yankees. The guys, the kids, the guys just balling. I'm a fan of them. I kind of always saw him more as a pitcher than a hitter, but that's just me. So the National doesn't have a DH. So I mean, those are my votes. That was my list. Honestly, truthfully, from the get go, who I rewarded based on performance. I think it's all about how the guys perform. So, I mean, we could have made an argument for Manny Machado, but Arenado kind of got the edge. So that is, I believe you have up until I want to say the 1st to vote. So, let me know your thoughts on that. We're going to get into the next topic. We're going to get into the NCAA's historic day. Today, the Supreme Court came down and has made it abundantly clear. This is an article according to Pro Football Talk, NBC Sports. It says here, the NCAA caught between a Congress that has yet to create a national name, image, and likeness standards, and a Supreme Court that has made it abundantly clear that any NCAA imposed limits violates antitrust laws, finally has allowed student athletes to capitalize on their fame. The NL floodgates are indeed open. Quote, this is an important day for college athletes since they are now able to take advantage of name, image, and likeness opportunities. NCAA President Mark Emmert said in a statement via ESPN.com, with the variety state of laws adapted across the country, we will continue to work with Congress to develop a solution that will provide clarity on the national level. The current environment, both legal and legislative, prevents us from providing more of a permanent solution and the level of detail student athletes deserve. Pretty much what he's saying there is that the NCAA can't make a rule, or they can't stop. Let's say if, I'll use an example, Taylor, who's 18 years old. they can't stop him from basically wanting to becoming a celebrity. Actors they gain their way into fame. Same thing with musicians. With a college athlete, that's a bit tough. Now it's saying here, now athletes can and no one should limit. If Congress acts, the NCAA will sure be lobbying aggressively to get Congress to craft rules the NCAA wants, but no one can impose it on its own. It should be open. It should be free. Every college athlete, no matter the gender, no matter what the sport, should be allowed to make as much money he or she can or wants. Here's hoping the floodgates remain open. My only issue is I'm looking at, for example, right? I'm all about how can I explain this? Like, this is great for on the surface, but behind the scenes, like, what are we profiting on? We're profiting on social media when guys go into like an autograph session, training camp, even creating their own business, because especially, people want to learn how to create a business and different things like that. My question is, are we exposing these guys early, too young? That's my concern. Is that, when they turn 18, can they just go ahead, like, sign with an agent, to help them get an endorsement deal with Nike, Adidas, or Jordan? Okay. But my also biggest question is, what about when it comes to school itself? What about when it comes to education? Debt, tuition, all that kind of stuff. Like, where is this money? Like, where is the money going to go? And is it going to be a middleman when it comes to handling athletes now getting paid? Because I hate to see, because unfortunately now you've kind of created a situation where there's people who are not athletes and they're going, wow, I work my butt off twice as hard. I work I work 2 full-time jobs, go to school full-time, and yet here's this person who doesn't have to lift a finger. They don't have to go to class. All they got to do is they got to show up at a training camp, autograph session, and they get an endorsement deal with Nike, and they're good. Like, see, like, those are questions that I have. Like, are we going to get more education opportunities? What about when it comes to medical opportunities? I've seen a lot of guys and girls too that unfortunately, their college careers cut short because of injury. So I really feel like, I'm looking at this as a blessing and a curse, because I really don't know where this is going to go. So I know, according here to more members of Congress have proposed more than half a dozen bills aimed at reforming college sports. Some are focused specifically on addressing a national standard for NIL deals. Others seek to add significant changes, including giving athletes, again, like I just said, when it comes to medical benefits, education opportunities, and rights to collective bargaining in the future. It says also, meanwhile, athletes across the country are preparing for new opportunities on the eve of what some college sports will say is the industry's most transformative summer since Title IX, which was enacted nearly 50 years ago. Yeah, I just have a lot of questions, and this is just me. I don't. I just feel like a college degree gets you further in life than dribbling a basketball or throwing a football, hitting a baseball. I just don't really, like my only question is, that, with all this, you get into the league, league where you want to go respectively. What's your plan B? What's your plan A? Do you have, what is your plan, for example, because I've seen a lot of guys gone into like basketball, for example, and they're out the NBA within 2-3 years. And some of them come out of college as a freshman, sophomore, and like my question is like, what's your plan? Because like if I'm an athlete and I see, okay, more education opportunities. Okay, so we're talking about more scholarships, more Pell Grants, different things like that. What about the HBCUs? If I go to a student that goes to Grambling State versus Baylor University, is the education opportunity going to be more? Is going to be the same, or it's going to be less? It's just a thought. Or someone that goes to Morgan State versus UConn. See, these are questions that need answers. Instead of worrying about, NCAA 22 is going to come out, which I'm excited. I hope it does. But there's a lot of stuff under the bridge that needs to be cleared up. There's a lot of questions. So I mean, y'all let me know y'all thoughts, how y'all feel on that. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. So last but not least, for the introduction for episode 9, I'd say the best for last. The WNBA All Star Voting results have returned. First, I want to say this: congratulations, to Diana Taurasi for scoring 9,000 points. Courtney Vandersloot, she had 1,000. Well, she has 1,000 a week. No, hold on. You check that stat. I saw where she had like 1,000. It's like, what did I get? Did I see that right? Wait a minute. $2,000 career assists. Okay, I said I know she got a milestone. I wasn't sure if it was 1,000, 2,000. I misread that. I apologize. So congratulations to her for getting 2,000 assists. But we're going to go ahead and review the All Star results. If you had not already, the voting is now closed. It's the All Star game is July 14th, so definitely check that out. I actually kind of like the idea of what they're doing. So they're doing Team USA, those that made the USA team versus Team WNBA. I think that's actually pretty good. That's pretty clever, if you ask me. Trying to find, where is it? Here we go. So this was pretty accurate. I'm going to share the screenshot so y'all could see who made the team. Okay, so as you see, that is the set roster. Team WNBA versus the USA women. So I believe Team WNBA is going to be coached by Lisa Leslie and Tina Thompson, the first two OGs that helped that played a huge role and where the WNBA is today. I believe they're also going to be. So I'm assuming. I guess one will just be the head coach for Team WNBA, and the other will be for Team USA. So it says here, according to WNBA.com, the initial selection of the All-Stars was conducted through a combination of fans voting 50% of the vote, current WNBA players 25% of the vote, and then a national panel of sports writers 25%. So let's go down the list. We're going to start with Team WNBA. DeWanna Bonner was on my list. Was no question. For this year, she's ranking 16 points, 7 points a game, and the only person, and she's second score behind Jonquel Jones, who's an MVP candidate. This is her fourth All-Star selection. Liz Cambage, she right now is currently leading with 14 points, 9 rebounds, and I'm gonna say I'll round that up to 2 blocks a game. She's playing a tremendous role leading Las Vegas in scoring. She ranks 7 rebounds. She's ranked number 10. 8 rebounds per game. That's number 10. Kalia Cooper, former Mystic, first All-Star selection, well deserved. She leads Chicago in scoring with 14 points, and she leads the team in minutes with playing 32. Yerika Hamby, this is also her first All-Star selection. Reigning 2-time women's WNBA 6 Women of the Year. Last year, I will say this: had she not gotten injured in the bubble, I definitely think the Aces would have won the championship. They would have been champions. But this year, she's averaging 11 points a game, and she's doing that coming off the bench in all 15 games for the Las Vegas Aces. Brianna Jones, shot at the University of Maryland, well deserved. Again, from what I saw last year in the bubble from Brianna, last year and this year, this is her best scoring year. She's averaging 14 points a game, rebounds 7 rebounds a game, and she's playing the most minutes since she's been in the league for 5 years with 31 minutes per game she's playing. So congratulations to Brianna Jones, well deserved. Shout out to the University of Maryland again. Jonquel Jones, definitely. She's playing again. She's in the MVP conversation. Two-time rebounding leader back in 2017, 2019. Jonquel Jones, she also got most improved player in 2017, and then the 6th Woman of the Year back in 2018 as well. So this will be her 3rd All-Star game appearance. She leads the league currently in rebounds per game with 10, and she's also a career best 21 points per game. That's 3rd in the WNBA, and she's also currently this season number 2, according to my notes here, in 3-point shooting. 2nd. Benjanae Laney, most improved player last year with the Atlanta Dream, and is now an All-Star, well-deserved. Currently this year, last year with Atlanta, she averaged 17 a game with four assists, and now you're seeing that double. I would say that double from now to 20 points a game with 5 assists per game. So well-deserved. I know behind Sabrina, I think she definitely stepped up in the role I think we all knew she was going to be compared to what she. I kind of wish she stayed in Atlanta, but I think New York's a good fit for her. Arike, this is her first All-Star appearance. Congratulations. She last season led the league with 22 and ranked 4th with 20 points per game. This is just a fun note. Arike has scored at least 20 points in 10 of her 16 games and will be making her first All-Star debut. Congratulations. And Candace Parker, no-brainer. There's nothing to say about Candace Parker. I shouldn't have to brag about her. She's two-time MVP. She's going to represent the Chicago Sky. She's back home. I know she was injured. I know they kind of played. They were kind of different without her. But since her return, they're 8-1, and she's definitely made an impact so far with the Sky. And they just actually won tonight as well. Seitu Sabali, this is going to be her first All-Star appearance. She's currently Dallas's leading rebounder, and she's the third best scorer on the team with 13 and then with 6 rebounds a game. Courtney Vandersloot, who I can say is probably one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best assist makers in the game. This year, she's averaging 8.5 assists a game and 2 per game, and then the number 2 ranked player. Then Courtney Williams, her first All-Star appearance. Congratulations! 7 rebounds a game last year, and then her scoring has gotten a lot this year. Her scoring has definitely improved with 17 a game. So well deserved for Team WNBA. I had no issues with the votes. I think they got it right. We can say Nika Gumake, but again, she's still recovering from injuries. So they got it right. The coaches, the fans, and the players got it right. So we're going to go on the Team USA. Ariel Atkins, well deserved. Even the last few games, she's offensively struggled, but she's playing through an injury. She's right now currently averaging 17.5 a game with 3 assists. And she's the second scorer behind Tina Charles. I did say at the beginning of the season with the Mystics, it was Tina, Ariel, and Maisha that were going to be the premier, in my opinion, the premier scorers. So then Sue Bird, now this is her 12th All-Star Game appearance. Fun fact, Sue Bird joins Diana Taurasi and Teresa Edwards as only 5-time U.S. Women Basketball Olympians. So congratulations to Sue. Tina Charles, who's again in an MVP conversation. She's currently right now averaging 25 a game. She currently is the Mystics and rebounding with 9. And this will be her 3rd Olympic appearance. So congratulations. Nafisa Collier from the University of UConn. Well-deserved Rookie of the Year last year. She's her 2nd appearance as an Olympian, and this is her 2nd All-Star appearance as well. She was also last year the WNBA All-Second Defensive Team. She currently leads the Lynx in scoring with 17 a game and is 2nd behind the great Sylvia Fallows with 6 rebounds per game. Skylar Diggins-Smith. I still have to get used to saying that. This is her first Olympic appearance. I'm puzzled by that. But yeah, she was named. This is her 5th All-Star Game appearance. She currently leads she averaging right now currently 18. That's so far the 2nd highest. The only one is, according to what I see here, is 20. And she posted that in 2014, her 2nd year in the WNBA. Sylvia Fallows, 7-time All-Star. She currently leads the league in steals with 2 and a field goal percentage of 63. And then is tied for 3rd in rebounding with, I'm rounded up to 10 rebounds a game. Chelsea Gray. Oh, this is Sylvia Fallows. Hold on, wait, is it that? This is her 4th Olympic appearance. Chelsea Gray, this is her first time going to the Olympics. She's averaging 6.5 assists a game. That's 2nd in the league. And has playing a part with Las Vegas leading the league in scoring with 91 points per game. Now, Chelsea Gray, fun fact, was with the Los Angeles Sparks and did play a role in them getting that championship back in 2016. Brittany Griner, this is her 2nd appearance on the U.S. roster. She currently leads She currently has two blocks per game this year. She leads the league in that. Jewel Lloyd, this is her first time making the Olympic team. This year, she posted a career high in points with 18 and then 4.5 assists per game. She's again behind Breonna Stewart and Sue Bird. I mean, those are your first, second, and third options. And then Breonna Stewart, 21 points per game, and then 10 rebounds per game behind Jonquel Jones. So definitely well deserved. This is her second time going to the Olympic team. This is her third All-Star appearance. DT, Diana Taurasi, again, scored 9,000 points. Her and Sue Bird and Teresa Edwards, this is their fifth Olympic appearance together. And then Asia Wilson, South Carolina. I like Asia Wilson. I'm just mad that Lele Coates she's in the league, but not Lele Coates. I don't have anything against Asia Wilson. That's another story for another day. I don't have anything against Asia. I love Asia Wilson. This year, Asia's leading the team. She's averaging 19, 8, and ranked 7th and 8th respectively in the league, according to the stats that I found. So that was congratulations to all these girls, well deserved. There's a couple other people I could have put on this list, but everybody got it right. I don't know. I can't say that anymore. I thought this was great. This is a good list. Only thing again with the USA basketball, we talked about it. It's with NECA. She definitely should have been considered to be on this team, but again, I think that's politics. I know Candace Parker said that she'll never be a part of Team USA. So we will see. But as far as the Commissioner's Cup goes, we have the Commissioner's Cup Championship will be played on August 12th after the conclusion of the Olympic Games and before the season starts back on August 15th. So as of right now, nothing's really changed with the Commissioner's Cup. So, like I said, the Los Angeles Sparks, the Fever, yeah, we can officially say they're eliminated from the Commissioner's Cup. So that's who voted. Those are your 2021 WNBA All Stars. Y'all let me know y'all reactions, y'all thoughts to the votes. Did the writers, did the fans, and did we get it right? Who would you consider to be on this list? Who would you have taken out? I saw nothing wrong with it. I thought it was fair. Everyone's been I'm rewarding success, and everyone's having an all-star year. I still stick with my pick. I think for Rookie of the Year, I still think Charlie out of Dallas will be my Rookie of the Year for sure. And again, the MVP race is again, I've seen is Jonquel, Breonna, Tina. Definitely, I mean, that's just a couple of days just to say up top of my head at the moment. But I'm really excited for the All-Star game. Can't wait to see. I will do a video before the All-Star game, excuse me. I'm going to do a review of the recent WNBA drafts. I'm going to go back 2019 because I think with the recent cuts of talent, and that's just too much. It needs to be talked about. It makes no sense. Especially when, I've played the clip and I could play it again with Coach T of the Mystics. Basically, it makes no sense how we can't afford a contract like of Kiara Leslie or Kalani Brown, Brianna Holmes. That makes no sense. And I also too I feel like a lot of these girls going to do a reshuffle who I think should have been where they should have been drafted in the draft grade for the team. Now, I will say this for 2019, I'm going to put an asterisk again beside Asia Durr's name, simply because she's on the suspension list and she didn't play last year due to COVID, and this year she's still struggling with COVID. So we haven't seen much out of Asia. So she'll most likely, unfortunately, be excluded from the list due to the last 2 seasons she hasn't been able to play. I'm only going to do the first round. I'm going to look at the whole 3 rounds and reevaluate that way for 2019, 2020, and then this year's draft. Yes, I'm taking consideration of those that were drafted, trades, all that, different things like that. But it needs to be talked about as far as just the amount of roster cuts like that. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. But that's going to end episode. It's going to be in the introduction for episode 9 for my for the start of the podcast. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to talk about that after the Bucks and Hawk game. Giannis is doubtful to play. I don't know what Trey's condition is, but I will say this. With the Bucks, this is where Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, those two got to step it up. This is where coaching leadership matters, because there's no way in heck they should have lost to a team without Trae Young. That should not have happened. Should not have happened at all. Here's something else I wanted to say. This was really disturbing. Where was it? No, okay, I can't remember what it was. But that's going to conclude this evening's episode. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Again, please like, comment, subscribe. Please share the video. We're just on the road to greatness. I just thank each and every one of y'all for y'all support. We're just taking it one day at a time. And, we're here to grow together. And I am enjoying what I'm doing. This is my passion. I love to talk sports. But, I try to also talk about other current events, which I know I have been slacking on lately. It's kind of hard to really depressing to watch the news lately. I'm not going to lie. It really has been really depressing to watch. I also, again, I just want to send my thoughts and prayers to those down in Orlando with the condominium collapse. I know a couple more people bodies were found. Just again, thoughts and prayers So I take it one day at a time. Just let's thank God for another day. Count your blessings, and let's make tomorrow a better day, for sure. But that's going to be it. I'm going to conclude the video here. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Oh wait, before I go, let me play out my little outro. And I'm out.